Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Tuesday. Yes. And, well, if you read the video description, you probably remember that I mentioned Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen a lot a couple of Tuesdays ago when I played Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet. So, yeah. Let's do some Dragon's Dogma. Because, yeah, this was the first of this style of game, like Capcom style of game, unless you count Monster Hunter on the PSP. I did a lot of that. But, yeah, like this style on PC, this was the first one I ever played. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's basically what if Skyrim was made in Japan. And you see all the Japanese tropes there. And you also see really bad performance. Now, you'll have to excuse the choppiness of the frame rate in some bits. I know they're there. It's not YouTube. It's not your computer. Like, yeah, that pen there was a little bad. But yeah, as soon as you first load, there's a little bit of jank as it's loading everything. It is a massive game. Massive open world. And yeah. Have Japanese refrigerator for the PSP. Can't read any of the instructions. Yeah. I played, I think it was the Bleach fighting game on the PSP. That was all in Japanese, and I don't even remember how I did it. But hey, this is Dragon's Dogma. This is my character, and these are the pawns. This is my main pawn. This is one that I have found in the Rift. It belongs to another player. And this also belongs to another player. Player you may know has... he was part of the Faduntu team back in the day. Yes. This, like, I saw his username, it's like, no freaking way. So I had to take her. And if you can find your friend's pawns, they're free to rent. Otherwise, you'll have to spend the Rift currency. Which, yeah. Okay, so. Dragon's Dogma, as I mentioned, it's Skyrim, but Japanese. So, we do have quests. Let's go do a quest. That one's to follow person in the castle. Explore the Everfall. Okay. Let's go explore the Everfall. So, this game, when you first install it through Proton, it performs bad. It performs really, really bad. It's, the frame rate, if you look at certain specific, places on the map, it will just tank your performance. So it's telling me to go to the Everfall, but it doesn't... Let me read that quest again. Okay. Claims a new presence has claimed the barrows. Okay. Right, so the entrance to the Everfall is down here, so we're gonna go there. There it is, yeah. Okay, it is telling me to go there. Cool. So, yeah, the performance, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Frame timing is all over the place, and the frame rate itself is pretty low. But, and I thought, you know, it's based on the new version of Proton is based on 1.4.2, so you'd think CSMT would be enabled by default, but it isn't. Case in point, with this game, I had to go into the registry for this specific prefix and enable CSMT, and the frame rate basically doubled. And it doubled because this game is single-threaded up the wazoo. It's, right in line with the first Dark Souls. There it is. Take a shot. It's, yeah, it's bad. It's real bad. Now, let's not touch any of the levers, because those, like this one right here, those cause the doors to open and close, and we kind of want them to be open. That one there was closed, but that's fine. That's cool. And yes, the pawns are constantly prattling on. It's one of the features of this game. Let's call it that. Mostly, the pawns will learn from quests that you do. So if you get a pawn that's higher level, chances are it's already done some of the quests and can help you if you get a little bit lost. Or they just state the obvious. Yes, it's a lever. You don't say. And the rocks are glowing because you can pick them up. It's, there you go. Then you can throw. That's it. Picking up objects and enemies is a mechanic of Dragon's Dogma. So, I've already been down here. I already took the thing and nothing happened. Oh, I needed to examine the bottom of the thing. Cool. And we're fighting. And here's combat. I would like you to stop casting. Yes. Oh, now they want us to run back up, but I just got here. And it's taken me, so now we do a little bit of a quick time event? Maybe? Nope, it's just gonna spit me out. Cool. Okay, so let's run. That's a troubling foe. Okay, they're healing. I'm just going to suck up some of that healing, unless I get hit. There we go. Now we run. Okay, guess I just needed to trigger this. So, actually this is a bit dark. Let's bring out the lantern. Because the darkness is also a mechanic in this game. And here they come. Alright. They renew without end. That one seems to be missing a little bit of health. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I killed it. Doesn't even drop loot. That's annoying. But yeah, the mechanics and how they differ from, say, Skyrim, yeah, is that combat is, well, you deal a hell of a lot less damage. It's a bit grindier in that respect. And the enemies, it does the Monster Hunter thing of having you whittle down at specific body parts of enemies until, you know, they drop. And you can hit the weak points. And the weak points are in a multitude of places. If you, like, fight a Cyclops, it's its eye. If you fight a Chimera, there we go, there's the frame rate going ape. So much so that the game physics just go, nope, we're having none of that. Okay. That's what I needed to do. Cool. And, yeah, this chair right here, you can teach your main pawn, how to act in certain specific situations. That's very important if you want to make sure that your pawn is picked up by your friends. Although, I'm not entirely sure that bit is working, because whenever I go to the inn...
A light in the furthest depths, you say? I see.
Yeah, when you go to the inn, it specifically says that the Capcom Online services can't be reached. So, meh.
I can't say with utmost certainty, though. We cannot know if this small aberration, but the chance enough.
You want a bit of a spoiler? That light, we can actually see it fully once we beat the dragon And this entire bit of the city is caved in, and a big hole appears that stretches down into infinity.
His Grace has judged your feat in slaying the Hydra most laudable. To honor your noble works, you are hereby welcome to the Worm Hunt. You may now accept orders from Sir Maximilian, Captain of the Hunt.
Captain of the Hunt, and yes, the the voice acting is terrible. It's not the worst. There's still Silent Hill for that one, but it's bad. It's real bad.
Document confers the status of Hunter upon you.
I shall carry the document, and now we get to watch a cutscene of him running away. It's showing the castle. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I finished this game, and it still had the FX83 70, and yeah, the performance was even worse there. Basically, it's so CPU bottlenecked that it does not make a difference which resolution you play it on. The graphical effects, it's all on the processor, and if you don't enable CSMT, especially on AMD processors, you're not going to have a good time at all. So they want us to go to the castle. Let's see, quests. I do need to go to the castle, but first I want to go check out the Thieves' Den. That way? The Thieves' Den is outside the city. Cool. Remember playing The Witcher 2 once, but it got too complicated. Yeah. The Witcher has a ton of different things, different mechanics that they blended together, and they didn't really quite nail it from what I read, because I never really enjoyed the games. So I never played much of them, but apparently they nailed it with The Witcher 3, so good on them for that. And yeah, see, all of this, except for like maybe those mountains all the way out there, you can go there and you can explore and you can see things, and it's, yeah, it's a massive world. And it's all being rendered on the CPU. Because of course it is. Now I do need to check the map just so I'm sure of where we're going. It's near the encampment. That's a bit of a walk, but hey. You don't have access to fast travel from the get-go. You do unlock it later on, but yeah, from the get-go you do not have access to it. And cue the theatrics. I mean, if it kills, it kills. But yes, the Japanese influence is very much there. Not that that's a bad thing. It's not your standard Final Fantasy fare. It's a full-on action game. It's Skyrim. And that's that. Cool. We got ourselves a rift fragment. That's the rift currency that you use to recruit pawns. So let's go down this side.
This looks nothing like where we were before.
And you felt the need to say that. Why? Is that? Or can I mine that? I think I can mine this. Yep. Remember mining from Skyrim? Yes or no on getting Dying Light? It's a good game. The ending's a bit crap, but the game itself is actually pretty good. So I'd say yes. Or should you buy more RAM? How much RAM do you have now? Yeah, the fighting in Skyrim, it lacks a lot of impact.
We're easily spotted out on the open plains.
Ooh, spiders. Yeah, these teeny tiny spiders, they're not particularly strong. They die in a single hit. part of me kind of wishes to encounter, like, the Cyclops or something like that. But part of me is also okay not doing that, because fighting a Cyclops is, bit of a pain at this low level. Because, yeah, I restarted the game. Partly because I wanted to show it, partly because I wanted to play through it again, now having a better idea of how things work. Because when I first did it, I didn't know anything, and then I went to read the wiki after I was done with the story, and it's not pretty. Ooh, Ebon neck wrap. 84% to 16 gigs. Then maybe? I think... I mean, Dying Light has got to be cheaper than RAM, right? So, chances are you'll be able to get it later on. Oh. Speaking of Cyclops, there's the bastard. So, let's go down and talk to him. And die. But before we die, we'll save. Because yes, contrary to many other Japanese games, you can actually save in this one. Though, there is a mode where saves are limited.
A giant master, ready yourself.
Grab it! You had to grab the leg, didn't you? Okay. I'm going to hit it in the head till it falls again, or my stamina drains, or, you know, it grabs me. Mind the clickiness of the keyboard, I need to do this, quick time event. Ah! There goes my head. Didn't do it quick enough. Okay, it's falling. Okay, they staggered it. Oh, camera clipped through it. There we go. We killed it. That was a quest? Oh, it was an ambush. Did we ambush it? Well, in any case. We killed the Cyclops. You got a bit of an idea of what it is to fight like. It was a bit of a bit. And yeah, the corpses, they just slowly fade into the ground. Yeah, it was a little bit of a kerfuffle. The rocks here may hold ore. Okay, I do want some silver ore. I needed to upgrade this undershirt I'm wearing because it's made out of silver. Yes. Wolf. Very good. Very good. Yeah, that wolf tried to bite me and it went right over my head. Missed both of the strikes. That's the thing about great swords. It takes a while for the wind up on the swing. But they're like my favorite weapon in this game, and these NPCs walking down the road here, those are pawns. You could, in theory, recruit them if you'd like to. That's why it was accessing the server there. It was basically checking, it's like, okay, like players who have pawns, can we just have them roam around? And bandits. The combat on this one is very satisfying. Come on. Oh, yes. We got that one on the backslash. Feels good, man. Feels good. Stop attacking that peasant. How about you? You're casting a spell? I don't like that.
You have triumphed.
Did it!
Help me!
You have been helped.
They were of the southern bandits from the look of them. Worse than monsters. Thanks to you, I'm alive and whole. But those rats made off with all... Have an intro. This was Salamet's grimoire. Seems it chanced to
Oh,
survive
look.
the plague.
Conveniently, we've saved the NPC that was carrying the book that we won for that quest.
Rare and powerful tomes, I've been told. So I bought it. It truly holds such power. The likes of salvation. In any case, 'tis lost. Next Darkard's cross, I'll take.
I feel more familiar with this quest now.
And my pawn has learned of what to do with the quest, and I'm guessing Kayla here already knows where the...
Dwells within a hold near the southern shore.
Yeah, she already knows exactly.
Can likely pass through here.
Looks interesting.
Where it is, but, so, yeah. It is the right cave, that's the way we're going. So, let's just keep on going, and I'm gonna keep on yammering about how much I like this game. I still have my lantern out. Really don't need to. It's broad daylight. A little bit of a dodge on the wolf there. Nah. Clever little AI. And a rift fragment. Come on. Alright. Okay, so... Oh. Cool. So let's go up this way, because that's where the thingy is. I guess the big boulder isn't spawning this time around. But yeah, the first time you come down here, and after a while, they have a bit of a big boulder that rolls at you, Indiana Jones style. Oh, there is fall damage. It's a little bit inconsistent, but there is fall damage, and often by the time you realize that there's fall damage is because you took too big of a tumble and you died. And there is a bit of a resurrection mechanic in this game, which is by way of wake stones. But those are very rare, and you need to find like 3 shards to make a full wake stone.
Strength in numbers arisen.
So yeah, they're very hard to come by, and the very first one you find, you're actually incentivized to give it to resurrect one of the NPC's child. So yeah, as you see, like my character, he's lost a little bit of health that he can't get back from just regular healing spells. So you find yourself some greens and you eat them. There. Now my health is back.
Were that simple.
Yes.
Scenery is quite a change.
Why have you come here?
And I have a bit of a lightning sword now because one of the NPCs imbued my sword. That's actually one of the best reasons to pick, if you're picking a fighter, to pick one of the mage classes as your helper pawn. Because, like, ooh, buffs, healing, and, like, status ailment removal. Yes. We got some blast arrows. And my, my particular pawn, I've sort of geared her to be more of a healer and a buffer. So she's got some weapon buffs and status ailment cures and what the hell is this guy doing? Stop doing that. Shimmying along the side of the cliff. Right. I mean, that is the way we're going anyway, but there's more guys there. And there. Basically, yeah, as I was about to say. Playing with the two-handed weapons is all very well and good, but you kind of need the poise because you don't have a shield. And this dude with the shield's already put down two of my pawns. Come here, boy. He did. Okay. Now let's get the pawns back before they get sent back to the rift. Very good.
This looks interesting.
Okay. Down we go then. Oh, there's another one. There's always one more. Oh, yes. And looks like the pawn has increased the vocation level, because in this game you have two kinds of levels. You have your character level and how proficient you are at a certain class. And you can actually mix and match some abilities of the classes. Like say you start out as a warrior but then you want to respec as a mage. You can. You just have to have enough discipline points, which you get by just regular level ups. And I'm taking quite a lot of damage. Where are you going? There we go. I leveled up and got myself full HP back. So they took out my pawn and the other one. So I'm just going to run around and bring them back. Now my pawn is back at full HP, which is kind of important. Come on. Come on. Come back. There it is. And you. Very nice. Proper little skirmish, that one. Oh, one of them's still alive. Of course it is. Okay. Oh, they're down there. Oh, very good. Oh, it's a chieftain type of situation. There's a lot of them down there. I don't want to go tango with that kind of madness. Nuh-uh. Let them come to us. Yeah, interesting that you should mention the PS3 version of Skyrim, because this is a game that came from the PS3. It didn't see a PC release. I don't know, it was 2013? 2012? Maybe 2014? But yeah, it was long, long after the PS3 version. Come on. Smack, smack. There we go. Okay, get ourselves some coin. Could always use a bit of extra money so we can buy better stuff. Because loot drops are mostly like misc stuff. Like, yeah, you can search these plants and get some twig beans. And the chests you open, most of them have potions or some manner of material to improve weapons. But not much in the way of weapons proper or armor. There's a bit of a lack of just weapon loot drops, which makes every single weapon that you encounter that bitch that bitch? No. That bit much more, I don't know, precious. And I still have my lantern out, which is good, because nighttime is upon us. Oh, look! I remember dying here last time. So we're going to save. Yes.
With he who leads this band.
Come on.
Fort was built by a duke of old.
Oh, we get to talk to them. Nice.
Aye, the grimoire is here with me. Sadly, I've no mind to give it up. Now, if there were aught I wanted, golden veil, well,
I recall.
Oh, he's just saying, basically,
Tower.
fight me or you're not getting it.
aye. Now, if there were aught, well,
Have you the metal? Okay, let's give him some metal. He wasn't particularly tough, was he? Yeah, you know, big guy like that. I was expecting a bit more. Nope, he just died. And yes, you can just randomly attack NPCs. I mean, you'll probably don't want to, especially in a city where then all the guards proceed to murder your ass. But, yeah. That's a very Japanese thing to do in video games. Dark Souls let you do that. Again, take a shot. Basically, ooh, what's that? You're a merchant? You're an NPC that has a bit of a quest attached to him. You could just straight up kill them. It's like, they do not care.
Bandits, master. Pray be careful.
I mean, I'm not seeing any bandits. Ooh, incognito mask. And
That tower would offer a commanding view. Perhaps we can scale it. There's a way up here.
there is a way up there. And this is just a side door. So, let's go up. I don't know. Well, I do know why. It's fun. Like the swinging a big metal greatsword around feels good. And I guess the penis implication wasn't lost on Nori because I just heard a uh-huh. And okay. But we need to go up there. No way. That's what the thing is telling me. Oh, this side. I gotcha. Go on. Climb the thing. Yes, there's the chest. And crafty little bandits putting the chest all the way up here. There it is. Salome's grimoire.
Our task is done. Let us report our progress.
Yes, thank you for stating the obvious. You're all very good at that.
It is a shame to part with such a rarity. If only we had 2 copies. No, forgive me.
I didn't actually think of that. There is an NPC in Grand Soren, like the big capital city, that lets you make forgeries of items that you bring him. And it's, yeah, I'd never thought of that. It's like, oh, it's a quest item. Give it to him, create a copy, give the NPC that wants it the copy, and you get to keep the item. And there's the fall damage. That's... yeah. Well, the dogma here is that this whole world's religion is based around the appearance of the dragon, because this world, again, another Japanese thing, is stuck in a loop. This particular loop, it's once the dragon appears, it will choose a person and eat the dragon will eat that person's heart. And then the person has the choice. It's like, do you want to go after your heart and slay the dragon, or do you abandon your quest? And that's the Dark Arisen DLC, is about an Arisen that abandoned the quest.
Looking to bleed, are you?
For an opening.
Come on. Thank you. Yeah, the Dark Arisen bit is specifically for like you go down the dungeon to kill an Arisen that didn't go after the dragon, so he was cursed. Oh, chainmail bracers. And once you do go after the dragon and you kill the dragon, then you basically, in our case, once you get to the end, the dragon curses us, and that big hole appears in Grand Soren that leads directly into the Everfall, which is basically an infinite dungeon where you can just keep on playing the game without ever finishing it. But if you go to the right place, you can actually find you can find two things. You can find the Dragon, which is like the online go there and kill the dragon or deal a bunch of damage to the dragon, because it's got so much HP it takes an entire online world of people to even think to bring it down. And you have the end of the game. The end proper. Which is, you basically become God. You go and find the previous Arisen that killed the previous dragon. You defeat him, and then you defeat his god form. By the time I got there on my last playthrough, I was so overpowered that it's like, oh, this is what passes off as a final boss fight? Okay. And yeah. And once you do defeat him, you have... The only thing you can do is wander around the throne room in the ethereal plane. Or you can come down to the planet and either go to your hometown and travel around as an invisible person. No one can see you, can't interact with anyone. Or you can go to the capital and do the exact same thing. But one of the items that you have by that point is a little teeny tiny dagger that is said to be able to kill a god. And what you do with that dagger is you plunge it into your own heart. You are banished from heaven and sent down to earth, but, well, you just killed yourself, so you're dead. But your pawn is still alive, and your pawn ends up basically taking over your body and living on as you in your body. It's, yeah, it's very Japanese. And that's how, I guess that's the narrative explanation to New Game Plus and so on and so forth. You basically just throw lambs to the slaughter in the form of pawns that keep the body of the Arisen alive. Yeah, no, I totally killed the previous god with a dagger. Yeah, it's the story is convoluted, but you know, compared to like Final Fantasy, it's pretty damn simple. Very good. Now begins the long trek back to the city. Because not having fast travel is a bit of a pain. But yeah, convoluted story aside, the mechanics here are enough. Even the crafting system, if you want to call it that, it's just like you can upgrade your weapons and your armor with the random bits of merchant fodder that you find in enemies. Like wolf pelts, this cloak I'm wearing. I used 4 wolf pelts to bring it up to the maximum enchantment level possible. And then, if you really want to get down to it, once you kill a dragon or a drake or the dragon, good luck with that, or basically anything of the dragon family, the shower of blood of the dragon will cover your items, and it'll improve them even further. Now, there is a chance that you will get an upgraded, like a dragon-infused item if you don't upgrade your items at all, but upgrading them improves the odds. So basically, make sure your weapon, that armor that you really like the look of, but it's not particularly good, but hey, with a little bit of enhancement, could actually be doable. Everyone's left exposed after a grand strike. Oh, I was fighting my mirror image, and he lost. Yeah, that little mage there didn't really hold up. Ooh, blank scrolls. But yeah, now that we're going back to the capital, I have to see if I remember to make a copy of that particular tome. Because, you know, for all I rail on the pawn stating the obvious, that was something I didn't know. And that is the mechanics of the pawns working as intended. It's like, yes, they tell you things that you didn't previously know. And once you dismiss another player's pawn, you get to give them a gift. And a lot of people, what they do is they create a copy of like a really good item that they have and just give it to the pawn. It was, I guess it was a way to shoehorn multiplayer. Way to shoehorn multiplayer into something that would have worked just as well as a single-player game. But hey, very much appreciated. And I have increased my vocation rank in the warrior, because there's like 5 different kinds of warrior. There's the hybrid between warrior and archer, there's the hybrid between warrior and mage, there's warrior like I'm playing right now, and then there's like the basic fighter that can only use single-handed weapons and shields. So, yeah. I might actually at some point convert to the magic mystic warrior? Mystic fighter? Mystic something. And give that one a bash, because I didn't actually play with any of the classes on my previous playthrough. It's like, ooh, that guy gets to use greatswords. Gimme. Gimme, 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 gimme. Oh, there's a cage here. I do want to get up there, but there is no obvious way, and I'm trying to manage my stamina. Stamina. If you get a pawn to the other side, they become a queen. Well, that's the thing about pawns. You can dress them up however you want, so yeah. They can become all manner of queens.
Are you all right, Master?
And so much for managing my stamina.
Watch their behavior, then fix their behavior.
Out of the way!
Come on. Yeah, I don't really have fire on me unless you want me to hit them with the lantern. Crap. I guess we're gonna have to find the way up higher. Because unlike Skyrim, where you could basically BS your way up a mountain by doing the little jump glitch, in this game, you can't. There's, like, invisible walls and stuff blocking your path.
Well clear of those fangs.
Oh, there's a wolf. 2 wolves. How about that one? Yeah.
I'll keep watch.
Yeah, the ice isn't going to do a lot when you take that long to cast it there, buddy. Okay. That's that taken care of. And you know, if it weren't for the performance issues, this would be a very good looking game. As it stands, you kind of have to bring some of the graphics down, like the particle effect. Those seem to be like the big ones that cause the performance issues. And this is the ethereal realm where the pawns lie in wait for you to recruit them or send them away. And basically, we have these 2, which are the ones I currently have recruited, but Megan there is getting a bit low level for my taste. So, you have Baron Trump, I'm not kidding, Timia, and Wiz. And let's see who their players are. Wiz was created by Might Rolney. Baron Trump was created by Vinler. And Timia was created by The Spectre. So, yeah. There's a surprising amount of depth for something that's like... Well, you're recruiting helpers, and they're just NPCs that go around, but... If you really want to get deep into it and you want to, I don't know, reward your friends for lending you their pawn for a little bit, then you can do that. So we shall release... Yes. I will send it away with a gift from my inventory. Not that I have anything that's particularly worth it. There you go. You can take a break back to your owner. Appearance rating. Yeah, she looks fine. Battle rating. Very good. Helpfulness. Also very good. Yeah. No comments.
I'd hope to serve you adequately. May our paths cross.
Yes, indeed. Okay. So let's see what kind of abilities these mages have. Fire Boon, Ice Boon, Anodyne, Thunder Boon, Anodyne, Angle, Fire Affinity, Thunder Affinity, Anodyne. Anodyne, I believe, is the healing spell. High 11. Ooh. You've got some high stuff.
Yes, Arisen.
Come with me. Enlist, indeed.
I am honored to travel with you.
Okay, and that's how you recruit NPCs. It's like, thanks for your help. Here's a brick. May it be the foundation on which you build your house. Make it deeper than it needs to be. Cool. I'm guessing there are no NPC traders here. A tent! You don't say! The foreign knives are throwing knives. How about you? You're just gonna stand there? Yeah, that's all he does. How about you? We did indeed get the Hydra head back to Grand Sorin. That took far longer than it. It's a bit of a boss fight that you're not supposed to kill the boss. You're just supposed to take off one of its heads, but you deal so very little damage, and it has so much goddamn HP to lose even one head. Okay. Look, harpies. Very D&D inspired harpies here. Yes, the harpy's voice puts you to sleep, and I guess daylight's coming. So let's put a bit of a rush on. Yeah, in the case of the harpies, it's fire. Yes, you have it. So do I. Ooh, I do kind of want these feathers, because if I'm not mistaken, there's an item that we get later on that needs these as upgrade materials. Pinions, not feathers, sorry. Okay. No shortcuts. There is a place that has a shortcut. Is it back there that I miss it? No. No, it doesn't look like it. So what's here? This little nook. Very good. Very good. Don't want to fall from here. That's how we die.
Never forget. Constant vigilance. Don't worry.
Oh yes, and if while you're catching your breath, one of the pawns taps you on the shoulder and says, "There, it's all gonna be okay." You get a little bit of stamina back, because you're a codependent little bitch that's supposed to save the world. There are some things about this game that I don't like. The performance is but one of them. Yeah, I was hoping the upswing would knock it down, but it was clever and stopped. Okay, there's the sun. We can actually put the lantern away now. Yes, you have to refuel the lantern if you use it too much. That's why the flasks of oil. You can have your pawn be quieter, but apparently making them chattier is what lets players figure out that you can clone quest items. Yes. That's it.
A cloud of unease hang.
Okay, I thought that was a little boy. My bad. Sorry, dude. So they have a bit of a cottage out in the middle of harpy territory, and that's all they have. That's Oh, it's the harpy song. I hear the harpy song. But I do not see the harpy. There they are. That's a good idea. Jump and swing. I didn't think, you know. Yeah, it's just running or flapping around, singing. There we go.
What's this?
Okay. Yes. We gather us some pinions, pawn. And I can still hear the song. So, either that's a bug, and that's just playing on a loop. No, it's gone now. Well, whatever it is, it's gone.
Watch for a goblin ambush ahead, Arisen.
We've been through here, you and I. You know exactly that there's no ambush because we killed him earlier. Ish. There's like the one straggler left over there. Some small foe, yes.
Just be careful. I'll take it out.
It's a frickin' goblin. Take one look at it and go, yep, that's a goblin. There was ever a game that made me doubt what the hell a goblin was. It was, ow. Oblivion. Because when I saw the goblins in the sewers during the tutorial the first time, I'm like, what the hell's that? Wasn't until I killed it and looted the body, it's like, oh, it's a goblin. Oh, those look weird.
Even in numbers, a weakling is a weakling still. Careful!
Oh, come on, they die in 1 or 2 hits. Chill. Yeah. Yeah, I'd forgotten I'd bound that to that particular key combo. Yes. Yeah. Could have used one more silver ore. There's an ore thing down the side here. It jumped over me. Oh wow. That mage pawn I recruited is very, very strong indeed. Right, let's do some mining. Copper ore. I wanted silver. Third best. Oh well. Ah, silver. There we go. That's 4. Should be enough to upgrade this bit of armor what we have, I think. I don't know. We shall see once we get to town, which is not far. Oh, look at it. Lens flare. Right there. Next to my character's head. It's like a little bubble on screen.
Seems all roads lead to one sword.
It does look pretty. Even with the particle effects cut down, I think, to low. It does look pretty. Maybe Valve will figure out the secret sauce to make this game work properly with Proton. Because it would be very nice to be able to play this in, you know, with everything on 11. Since I have the 1080 and the 1600. Should be more than enough. But no. Completely single-threaded. Just ruin my fun, why won't you?
Grand Soren, the beating heart of all Granses. Let's return to Stefan.
Yes. And that little crackly bit of dialogue did not go amiss. Which, I guess, a good thing. That we're almost at an hour. That way, if it does get really bad, I can just call it there. Right. Right, they don't want the grimoire. But, before I give you the grimoire, I do need to go and make a copy of it. If I'm not mistaken, it's down this way. And yeah. Like this NPC that just spawned there? Are you a pawn? Yes, she is. Una. View details. Offensive, defensive, skills, equipment, foe knowledge, quest knowledge, area knowledge, profile. Creator's name, Pedro. Could very well pass off as a pre-built one, but seeing as we saw her spawn out of thin air, then, yes, the pawn spawned. We know that she's not. So let's go around here and into the forgery shop.
The Duke, even the... So what? These are sort of... I'm sure you'll find out you need. Here we are.
Yes, I'd asked them to duplicate that just because...
Leave it with me a while.
Yes, I shall leave it with you a while. Let's, Salome's grimoire. Ooh, 37,500. Okay, that's a bit much to create a forgery. All right, I have enough.
By this time tomorrow. Call again then, will you?
This time tomorrow. Okay,
Sure
so
you'll find all you need.
actually, this dude, most of what he has are forgeries, but some of what he has is not. It's like, this is a forgery. Like, these weapons, these are all forgeries. They're not the actual stupidly overpowered weapons that you would assume they'd be, but look at it. Look at that sword. They look so pretty. And they're stupidly expensive, too. I mean, that's not too much money once you get later, further onto the game.
Anytime.
But, yeah, it's, I didn't actually think of that. That's freaking genius. And if it works, oh, this playthrough is gonna be fun. For me, anyway. Honestly, I don't know how fun it was for all of you lot watching, but, that's Dragon's Dogma.
This inn can serve
And with that, I shall take my leave. And I thank you all very, very much for sticking around with me as I show you yet another game that I enjoy very much. So stick around, and tomorrow there will be some Linux Weekly Daily Wednesdays, where we talk about all things Linuxy goodness. Is there a game with big ass words you don't like? Can't think of one off the top of my head, no. I mean, for all I can rail on Final Fantasy VII, I still like the core mechanic of the game. It's just this story is so dumb. Oh well. Yeah. Tomorrow, Linux Weekly Daily Wednesday is on Thursday. Jordan will be doing something, and of course, on Friday there will be some Friday Night Foobar with Ven. Join us all on Saturday for the big show. It's Linux Gamecast Weekly. You know the website, linuxgamecast.com. You know the Patreon. It's patreon.com/Linux Gamecast. Drop us a couple of shekels. We'll be happy to have more of this or some things new in future. So thank you, and bye-bye.